Okay, are we ready, man?
Fuck, I hope so.
Yeah. Okay, so it's been a while, right?
It's been, yeah, we haven't done this for a while. We were supposed to practice the Zahn voice beforehand, and we didn't even do that, so this is the first of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is the first of it since, I don't know, months. We did do one thing about a couple months ago. It was the whole thing about when we tried to go to Warren Dunes, and then the Mini Cooper couldn't get us there, and all that, so we did a commentary that night. We were really pissed off, and we had some beers like really early and did all that, so that's a whole nother story, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, how the fuck what do we do here? How do we go about this? You know?
I know because I don't know.
Exactly. That's what I mean. You know, because that's what I'm saying is I don't know either.
Okay, well, I guess the best way to go about this would be to start out by announcing who we are and what we're doing here, son. Which I know we've had this debate before, trying to start commentaries and shit. Oh, which, by the way, I just mentioned it is a commentary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice and fast there.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so...
Go ahead.
All right. So, I'm sitting here with Jamie Robin Richardson, and I am Zahn Martin Richardson, and we are healers.
Yes, and we are here with our canine companion hero, Beans Love Richardson, who is the entire inspiration for healers in the first place. Well, pretty much the entire.
Yeah, well, it pretty much did start with her. And there was a lot of other elements in there, but yeah, Beans was a big deal had a lot to do with that.
Yes. Okay, we've announced who we are and why are we here, son. And what time is it?
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah. All right, so it is now actually Sunday, November 24th, 2019 at 12...
Get up.
There we go, thank you.
You got it.
It's 12:31 and 38 seconds a.m. And we are here to do the commentary on our new album. Yes, we've done it again.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of an unexpected thing, but here we are. We put Tempo of the Night out like in June of this year. And did you say it was 2019, Zahn?
I think I did.
Okay. And so anyway, well, long story short, we got another one here, right?
Yes. We kind of semi-accidentally did another album before the end of the year, and here we are with it now. So, Healers, the name of this album is called speciaL darK.
Yes, speciaL darK. And it was kind of we were kind of just, we got done with Tempo of the Night, and we were just sitting there, ready to just kind of take a break from taking it out, from doing...
Get up.
Well, was it? Because I didn't start, I just said the wrong word.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's what happened.
Not to correct you, man. Just being honest.
That's fine.
Okay. So, yeah, anyway, speciaL darK. What happened here was we got done with Tempo of the Night, and, we're always trying to, and I guess it's become an obsession. It's kind of like a big chunk of what we almost have to do to survive, like at the end of every night.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and is work on something one way or another musically, whether it be record some sounds or write lyrics or mix something, whatever it is. We just feel like we have to do this anymore, like every fucking night. It's really become an obsession, right?
Yeah, right. And exactly, and it's probably why this album happened.
Yeah, no shit. So yeah, we had
after Tempo, we just like saying we're always trying to do something musically, but at the same time we're kind of taking a break from it anyway. But every night we're coming back, and not every night, but most nights probably we're recording, or getting just a crap idea of some riff of something at literally at the last maybe half hour of the night. And we did that for a while, a month.
Month or two, who knows? We lose track of time.
Yeah, no shit. So we just recorded all these little bits, and then finally one night after a while we decided to just, you know what, tonight let's just sit down and go through all this crap and see what we got here. And we found out that, you know, we had like, I don't know, at that point at least 6 pieces or something, right?
Yeah, 6 or 7 or maybe 8, something like that. At least 6. It's alright. Fucking voice goes.
It's alright. Stop being sorry.
Oh yeah. I thought we threw that idea out the window.
We did, but we're bringing it back.
Okay, just for tonight?
Yeah, and we'll forget it again.
Yeah, we definitely will. So anyhow, we had these bits. We sat down finally that one night, like Zahn said, and we're like, let's just see what we got here. And we ended up having these parts. And by the time we got through listening to all of them, it was like...
Yeah, it was like, we just...
Yeah, we just had like almost a half of an album here of just ideas in a sense, but then in another sense we were thinking like the whole idea of this is that we would just throw it together and it would just be noise and very little structure and we just wouldn't care, right?
Yeah, except we got a little bit into it and we ended up caring a little more anyway, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We've tried that idea before a couple times, and in the end, it always ended up needing a little bit of structure. But we do have on this new album 3 songs that have, there's 10 songs on it. First of all 10 songs have lyrics, but 3 of those songs have completely ad-lib lyrics. They're on the first take, just crap we just pulled out of the air, you know, at the end of some night after a bunch of beers and a couple of hits of green, probably.
Well, by the time this comes out, it's going to be almost January in Illinois, on, so it's fucking legal anyway. So might as well just say, yeah, we smoked some weed.
Yeah, right.
Cheers to that, man.
Yeah, let's do a sip of beer. We'll be right back. Oh, my God. We're over 7 minutes into this. We haven't started the fucking album yet.
Yeah, we really need to get to that. It's kind of the point of the whole night.
Yes. But we're going to chug beer. We'll be right back after no messages. All right, we're gonna need another beer soon too.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. But let's get to this.
Right, I got a burp.
So do I. Thank.
You're welcome, and thank you.
For what?
Well, we both burped, even though it wasn't my voice.
That's true. All right, so man, we're 8 minutes in, almost. We are now, right now, 8 minutes in. We got to get started on this thing. Maybe we should actually play the album or something.
Yeah, true. Oh, we just one last thing. I'm sorry. We wanted to bring up that we also kind of we're kind of sick right now. We got a cold.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. I got a burn, man. Can you do it?
I always do it. I'll do it.
Thanks. But yeah, like Zahn said there, we woke up with a cold. We had this whole weekend plan. We're gonna wake up Saturday morning, have the weekend, clean the rugs and all that shit, which we did end up doing. But we woke up with some fucking virus or something, and it's not really bad. We've been feeling kind of shitty, and we still cleaned the rugs today, but it took like twice as long as we thought. And so anyway, we're now doing this commentary. A little bit sick and a little bit drunk. We're only what's the beer count on?
The beer count. What are we, 4 or 5 now?
We're gonna have to check. We're almost at the end of this beer, and so we're gonna go in the kitchen in a couple of minutes and get another one, and we'll find out then. But it should be the beer that we're almost done with should be either beer 4 or I think actually it's probably beer 5, son.
Yeah, it's probably more like that.
Yeah, we usually know these things. We don't drink more than a 6-pack a night, almost every night. Once in a while it spills into 7, but that's it. Sometimes there's 5 beer nights. Anyway, you get the picture. We drink too much.
Right.
That's no laughing matter, but we're laughing at it, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so anyhow, we will figure that out later on, and let's get to the album here. So I think we explained how this album happened. We just had these bits, and then so we just
Get up.
Thank you. That was kind of a slur. Anyway. Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we ended up saying we had all these bits, so we just started working on them. And we spent the last couple of months. I mean, we got done with Tempo in June, about the middle of June or so. So, and then we just started having these bits for about a month, or I don't think it was much more than a month, son. Maybe more, a month and a half. So maybe middle of July, maybe by August tops, 2 months. We finally sat down and listened to these bits and decided let's work on these things. So maybe from the middle of July or from August, we actually, we kind of put structure in that we weren't planning on, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like we said, we weren't really going to structure the damn thing, but we thought, what the hell? Well, I mean, it's usually what happens. We did a song on Diary of Diarrhea called, it was the first one, it was called Death Street Tango. And that was the idea of that song. We were, you remember that shit?
Yes. We had this idea that we were going to do the entire song that night and fucking post it that night, or maybe not even post it, but at least get the entire song down. And mind you, we were doing like keyboard drums on it too, but we were gonna like do guitar parts and do fucking vocals and get that whole song that night. But what happened there, Son?
What happened there, Jamie? We ended up well, it took a little longer. We may have even done it like 1 week or something, but we ended up structuring it. Long story short, long story longer, right?
Yeah. So let's get to the point again, son. We're 12 minutes in. We can go up to 80 minutes if you want, but we got to fit this album in. We're Audi.
Get up.
I don't know. I said Audi.
I don't know.
Anyway, let's maybe go through this album. And we're 12 minutes in, and we got to fit this album on. So let's go now.
All right. So the album was kind of accidental. We ended up doing this. But the whole thing is on a keyboard. We didn't mention that yet.
No, and we were supposed to way earlier. Yes, there's vocals on it, and aside from that, though, the entire thing is done on keyboards, which is kind of DeFreeze-esque. It kind of goes back to our first album, except that album had like a wind track that we recorded from a window in this house in a bedroom window that used to howl like every time it was a windy night.
Right, and it kind of doesn't do it anymore for some reason, but years ago it did that. Anytime it was a windy night, it did that. And we decided one night, let's put the microphone in there, and we recorded like 6 10 to 12 minute tracks of that. And we ended up using 4 of them, and all that ended up being DeFreeze.
Right. And so anyway, like this new album, speciaL darK, is kind of DeFreeze-esque in that sense, that it's all done on keyboard, because DeFreeze was all done on keyboard and had vocals. But DeFreeze also had like weird sounds, like we recorded with a microphone live. We recorded things like doorbells and cuckoo clocks and telephones and shit, right?
Yeah, it was very experimental. It's kind of like anyone who knows who George Duder is does a lot of ambient music, but if you go back, his first album was 1971, and that was a weird kind of dreary album. And every album that I've heard him do since then has been totally not that. It's been like way more like uplifting sounding and shit like that. Some of it's sad. I find a lot of it sad, but
Yeah, ambient music like sometimes sounds sad, even though we love it so much. But I don't know if there's comfort in sadness, right, Todd?
Yeah, that that is part of Healers, not all of it, but part of it.
Yeah. Okay, so and the other thing is, what else do you want to say about this song?
Well, this is, like I said, all done on keyboard, and this is the shittiest thing we've ever done, our worst album ever. Well, it is.
But we say that about every album. Everything we've done is the worst thing we've ever done.
Well, that's true, but yeah. So and all the songs sound the same too.
I don't think they do.
They're all done on keyboard.
Yeah, but I don't know. We try to be versatile. Well, let's just leave it up to the listener.
We could, but there are none.
That's true. Nobody hears this except us anyway. For the most part.
Yeah. For those of you who have heard this, we thank both of you.
Yes, we love both of you.
Yes, thank you. And now we're 15 minutes in. We got to get this album done. Let's go.
Okay. We now present Healer's latest December. It's actually still November, but we're going to not release this until next month, right?
Yeah, because it's our Christmas release.
Right. It's the thing we done for Christmas this year, or something. It's, well, not really. It was accidental, but we're going to end up... We decided to make it our Christmas thing.
Right. All right, so go ahead. You announce it.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Okay. And now, Healers presents our latest release, 2019, called speciaL darK.
Stick into that weed. Let me go take a pee.
Okay. All right, we got to talk about the song.
I know.
All right, so let's just try to at least just throw this out there. That a lot of these songs are just, Healers writes a lot of loner songs, and the reason we call it speciaL darK is because, okay, people, we are not promising you an uplifting album here, right?
Yeah, that's kind of a Healer stick. We've kind of realized that, and we don't mean it in a bad way, but we like to do things like make a song that sounds kind of uplifting in the forefront. Not that this one does. We'll get to that in a minute, right? But sometimes we like to take, make something sound uplifting and then just squander it and make it have a bad ending or a dreary sounding ending. Like at the end of Defreeze, if anyone noticed this.
We did.
Yeah, we both know that. That's about it.
Proudly.
At the end of that, there was uplifting moments in that piece or album, whatever the hell that thing was.
Yeah.
But the end of it was whoever it is runs to the basement, and you don't know what happens. And the album ends. You don't know if they died in the basement, like at one point they got out, and it seemed like things were getting better, but no, they were a recluse, and they went back to being even more of a recluse or something in the end, just like, no, they boarded up the door and shut the world out, and fuck you. That was the end of that album, really.
Yeah. And we do like to do that, and like you said, it's not in a bad way, though. We enjoyed it. It's like somebody that enjoys someone that makes horror movies, or just like really dreary movies, just bad situations. It doesn't necessarily, well, sometimes that comes from real life experience.
Yeah, for sure.
But sometimes it's like if somebody writes a movie about someone going around killing a bunch of people, like John Wick or something, Keanu Reeves didn't in real life go kill a bunch of people, and neither did the person writing. I don't know who wrote that movie. We should have researched it.
Well, we could have, but we didn't think of that until just now. It's not really fair.
That's true. But yeah, it's like, chances are whoever wrote that movie did not really go kill a bunch of people. Maybe they just enjoy making dreary movies, or movies with killing. And so that's kind of what Healers likes to do, in an audio sense, is make dreary sounding shit to where there's not necessarily happy, good endings, Maybe things get worse in the end, but, but there's, like I said, there's comfort and sadness sometimes.
Yeah, well, and that's some real talk there. There really is comfort and sadness sometimes, but also there's comfort and, I don't know, just there's happiness in making shit sound dreary and sad. I don't know. It's just what we like to do,
Yeah.
I mean, we just drink beer and smoke some weed. Who gives a fuck, We just sit here every night. It's kind of our life,
Yeah, so this is what we like to do, man. Long story short, right?
Yes, long story longer.
Yeah, I know, we're rambling on. At least we got the album going finally, right? So maybe we should announce this song.
Oh, yeah. So we're almost 4 minutes into this song. This first song song one is called Mindfuck Earthquake. Mindfuck Earthquake.
Gonna?
Maybe, thank you, just in case.
You're welcome, just in case. So this is called Mindfuck Earthquake, song 1.
Thank you for saying that clearly.
You got it. And this is one of the 3 songs that we completely ad-libbed the lyrics on, though.
Yes, it is.
I don't know where we're going with that. It was like, I think it's just, a lot of times we start writing and it goes back to writing about being a loner. We write a lot of loner songs, right?
Yeah, and we worried about that. Not worried, but we just started thinking like, you know, maybe we were overkilling it, you know.
Yeah, but then we listened to realize that look at all these fucking songs on the radio. They're about 99% of every song on the radio is about fucking, really.
Yeah, fucking, pretty much, yeah. Relationships, makeup, breakup, fucking. Someone, you know, a lot of, they're almost always about someone else. Somebody thinking about one way or another someone else.
Yeah, and here we are thinking about being alone. So we just write songs about thinking about ourselves.
I don't know, I guess so.
Self-indulgent, isn't it?
Yeah, but who cares?
Okay, so that was Mindfuck Earthquake, and that was just about, like, kind of that. And, I don't know what it was about. About being a loner, right?
Something like that. Read the lyrics, you know, that will probably explain it. No further either, it probably won't help either.
No, especially because they're ad-libbed. Even when we try to structure lyrics, you know, they don't always probably make sense. But that was ad-libbed, so anyway. It was about being a loner, I guess, and I don't know what to say about it, man, because we're already on song 2.
Yeah. And the end of song 1, though, we had that, it was singing for a while, and then in the end it just went to talking. And we were just kind of talking about how, like, people just think about themselves too much and just, I don't know, stop worrying about it, and just, all you need is yourself. It's probably just another one of them fucking ideas. We don't know what the hell we write about, do we?
Not really. Sometimes maybe we know, but maybe 50-50.
Yeah. Alright, song 2. Is called The Resin Will Have to Do, and now this is another of the 3 songs on here that we completely ad-libbed the lyrics, so you have to go back and again on this one, well, all of them, but mostly these 3.
Yeah, you'll have to go back and not that you have to do anything, man.
Right.
But if you want to read the lyrics to this, and those were all ad-libbed too. And it was just, this song too is just, a lot of these songs, there's a few that have different ideas, but okay, Don, you are right in the sense that, I don't know if they all sound the same, but the lyrics are similar on several of them. Ugh, there goes my voice, sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Okay. I almost said sorry again.
You did say sorry again.
You're right, no more.
No more.
Okay. So, The Resin Will Have to Do, this is song 2, and ad-lib lyrics again here, and God, I don't know, it's just, I guess, kind of another loner song, really, just, oh, I'm sitting here coming up with stuff, but, oh, and there's some parts in there about, like, some nights I feel like God, like, maybe I'm gonna die, or just don't feel good, but that's why, and not to say I, but we, it's an I, anyway, right?
Yeah, it's you and me are we, but there's an I that we live in.
Yes, thank you.
Got it.
So this song is kind of about how we keep trying to do music, like no matter what. Like you said, it's kind of really become an obsession to do it pretty much every fucking night, one way or another musically. I mean, we're doing it tonight. Even though it's commentary, we're still working on music, right?
Yeah, we're doing this. We've been meaning to do this for a while. I mean, the album's been done for at least like 2, maybe 3 weeks by now. It's been done since probably maybe not that long. Yeah, it was, probably that long. Since pretty much the beginning of the month there. Since the beginning of November, this album's been done, but we've been kind of holding off on it. You know, we're gonna, like I said, we want to release it for December.
Yeah.
And we got all the YouTube videos made, all the lyrics videos for it made. We just haven't posted them yet, but that's coming. For those of you all the millions of you out there who are excited for the new Healers album.
Yeah. Both of them.
Right, and that's you and me probably.
Yeah. So yeah, the Resin Will Have to Do was just kind of about just we do music, doing music because it keeps us going. That's what the song was about,
Yeah. Yeah, just, it seemed, there's like, the more time goes by, I don't know, it just keeps feeling like we keep going through more stages. Like, God, this is like a couple of years ago. We got tinnitus now. We got this now, that now. It's like we're just getting older. Things are getting progressively worse. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, not way worse, but like, there's more ailments. We're getting older. We keep drinking beers and shit, and it's just like, how much longer can we push this? So, and so we do music. Music's like one of the very few elements in our life that keeps us going, or keeps the one we live in going, whatever.
Yeah, right. Okay, now, song 3 we are on. This is a song called Dark Light. Originally, we were going to call this Dark Light / Dark Tobaccos or something, right?
Yeah, just because that's the first line in the lyrics, which was an idea we had earlier on in the making of this album, that we thought we had this idea for a little while. I guess it was shortly lived, all right?
Yeah.
And it does appear in a few of the songs, I guess, but we were going to name the songs after, like, the first line or maybe 2 of the lyrics in each song. So, like, the first line in this song is actually Dark Light, Dark Tobaccos.
Right. And we were going to stick with that, but then we ended up, I think we just forgot. We ended up making a couple more songs, and then we just forgot that whole idea down the road, and then by the time we got done making a couple more songs, we realized it was too late to stick with that theme through the whole album.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so anyway, we did, it's on a few of them, but not all of them. And who cares? Which kind of was the original point of this album, right? It was who cares? Let's just make noise.
Right. And, yeah, but that's been an idea for a few of the albums, too. And they ended up getting a little more structured than they were. Right.
Yeah. And yeah, we did structure. I mean, and to be honest, we work our asses off on this stuff. But at the same time, we don't know how good it is. We could be spending fucking months, hours of damn near every night working on this shit, and it could just be crap, right?
Right. Or we could be working on this crap and it just be shit.
Exactly. Alright, so what's the song about, Don?
Okay, so the Dark Light, Dark Tobaccos thing, this whole idea, first of all, I got a burp, first of all.
Alright, that made me feel better too, man. My throat was raspy, I had to cough.
That's cool. I did the burp sound, you did the cough sound.
Yeah, I mean, the one we live in really did a burp and a cough, but did it in a Zahn burp and a Jamie cough.
Right.
Okay, so anyhow, song 3 called Dark Light. So we had this idea of special dark, and this is how a lot of times we'll have, maybe not every time, but most of the time, for most of the albums we've done so far, we have, pretty early on, we will have the name of the album, right?
Yeah, we will decide pretty early on what the name of the album's going to be. Usually it's before all the songs are done. Like we did the Live to Tell the Story. I think we had that title before we had any of the songs done, or maybe just one of them.
Yeah, we were working on Still the Same, so that we may have just started working on that song, and then we thought of that title, or it may have even been before that song.
Yeah, right. So we had this idea of Special Dark, and we always think of the Hershey Special Dark candy bars. Years ago, I don't know, they probably still have these things, but I haven't seen them forever. But like back in the 80s, you could buy like the Hershey's variety pack with the tiny candy bars, like the, bite size or whatever.
Bite-sized treats.
Yeah.
Treats.
Yes. So we thought of like those Special Dark Hershey's candy bars, and for some reason, I don't know what it is. Like the color of this desk kind of looked like a Special Dark candy wrapper. It's kind of like this darkish brownish kind of burnt, little bit of orange in there maybe. That we sit at every night. This desk. So that color of the desk kind of reminded us of the Special Dark stuff, and between that and the candy bar wrapper, I don't know. and like pipe tobacco. It's every once in a while,
Gonna put out?
Thanks. It's probably gonna come out. So, for some reason we always, I don't know how to describe this. It's like the dark oak, or not oak, but like the dark, whatever the wood is that a pipe tobacco is, you know. I don't know shit, but you know. Just like a dark wood colored tobacco pipe. And some dark colored tobacco and some every, like we smoke pipe like once every 5 to 10 years, you know. It's Christmas time, maybe we'll do it around Christmas time, you know.
Yeah.
Just like all this and dim light in this room, and I don't know, just the colors and everything just kind of made us think of this album cover, which you will be seeing.
Right.
And I don't know, all these things just kind of go together as this like special dark package or something in our head. I don't know how else to describe it, you know.
Yeah.
And so we came up with this idea of special dark. And for the colors and for the album title, but also the metaphor of special dark for this entire album is that the whole thing is pretty damn dreary. Kind of getting back to the end of Deep Freeze and all that whole idea.
Right. Except, like, we did Live to Tell. That was kind of supposed to be our more uplifting album. But then we did, like, Diary of Diarrhea, which is supposed to be, like, our Gigi Allen element.
Get up with that.
Gigi Allen album was like, fuck everything, and let's just shit on the world. Not the world, but shit on a lot of things or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if we even described Dark Like Dark Tobacco's, the song we just heard. But, again, lyrics, those lyrics we wrote, though, that was not a ad-lib lyric.
Right. Ad-lib lyric.
Yeah, just one word. Okay, so we're now on song 4. This is a song called, song 4 is called Can't Explain. And I think we wrote these lyrics too, right, Son? We didn't ad-lib them.
Right. There's one more song coming up that we did. Actually, it's a song after this one that we ad-libbed, and that will be the 3 out of the 10 that were made up lyrics on the spot, not ones we sat down and wrote first.
Right, exactly. Thanks for explaining that.
All right, so what's this song about?
I don't know. Okay, so this, I remember, like, some of the beginnings of these lyrics were about, like, I think just about how, like, for a while we kind of been feeling like shit, like, for the last couple years. Like, before that, we usually felt pretty damn good. We're lucky enough that we got away with, like, fuck, we've been drinking a 6-pack damn near every night for, I don't know how many years now.
Yeah, it's, probably pushing 2 decades anyway, with the exception of a few weeks and a few days here and there. Yeah, right? Did I fuck it up?
Was I supposed to say yeah?
I think you were, but it wasn't, I mean, it's not like you were supposed to know that.
Well, I probably was supposed to know that because, you know, this is how it works, right? I mean, or the one we live in does this or controls us, or do we control him? I don't know. Anyway, it's back on task. Back on task, yeah. Sorry, that was probably loud.
It probably was, but don't be sorry, damn it.
Okay, damn it. Okay. Alright, okay. So, Can't Explain, this is a song 4 we're listening to now, and yeah, like, some of it was just about, like, how, in the last few years, like, before that, we always pretty much felt okay when I felt like we pulled off, even the damage we do to ourselves, we pulled off pretty good up until the last couple of years, and maybe it's something to do with just, we got tinnitus now, and fucked up knees, and we're just getting older, so maybe it's just all a package too, you know, like, we just can't pull it off as much anymore as we used to, and for a while we feel like shit, but then we still get a while where we still feel pretty okay again. And I guess either way, whether we feel good or not, we still are working on music and whatever, though. But, yeah, I think the song was just kind of about that, how we just kind of keep doing it, even when we feel like shit, you know. I don't know what else to say about that, Tom.
Except read the lyrics.
Yeah. Sip-o beer, man.
Sip a beer, and this is 5, right?
Oh, we haven't even finished it yet to find out yet. We haven't been in the kitchen yet. We talked about that earlier and been real.
That's true.
Where are we at in the commentary time?
The time-wise,
Yeah.
35:23.
Okay. We're doing okay.
I don't know, I think so. Got quite a few songs to go here. We're actually almost halfway through already. Okay, so that was a song called Can't Explain. That was song 4, and now this is song 5. Song 5. This is called dark / In the End.
Right. Originally, we sometimes debate on whether or not to have a title track in the album. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. So we ended up not doing a song called speciaL Dark, right?
Right. This song ended up just being called Dark. Well, at first it was going to be called Dark, but then as we read the lyrics, and by the way, this is the third one now that is an ad-lib lyric. We made all these up on the fly.
Right.
And with these 3 that we ad-libbed, it was a while before we went back and even wrote down the lyrics. Because the other ones, obviously, we write them. They're already written out. There they are. These 3, we recorded them whatever night it was. We recorded them, and it was a while. It was probably at least a month or so, maybe more than a month before we actually went back to the Logic tracks and listened to just the vocal tracks so we could type down what all the words we said that night actually were. Right?
Yeah, because we record the song and then we obviously we listen to these songs a million fucking times over. So we pick, you listen to it, you can hear some of the words, but we didn't know every one until we went back a while later and just sorted it out and just like you said, listened to just the vocal track and typed down what all the words actually were. So this song was actually inspired by, that's the word, inspired, by a night where the power did go out, and it was like just for, I don't know, it was just like maybe for 20 minutes or something like that, but every time the power goes out, man, you don't know how long it's gonna be before you get it back, and sometimes it comes back and for like 10 seconds, goes out again, so you're like, oh my god, sometimes, it comes back, oh yeah, it's back, and then it's out again, so then you really don't know what's going to come back. So this song was inspired by a night the power went out, and I think, was it that very night that we worked on this songs on, or I don't know.
I don't know for sure, but it probably was. Because, I mean, if we got the idea that night, knowing us, we got such bad memory. But at the same time, I will say, we usually have a fair at least amount of motivation to get shit down, I mean, we realize, oh fuck, we're gonna forget this, but at the same time, we, no matter.
Knip it up.
Thanks. No matter how much, we fucked it up. I just forgot what the hell I was talking about there.
In the dark, man.
I know. I don't know. Well, sip a beer. Let me just take a quick break here.
Okay. Okay, so this song, like you said, was inspired by the power actually going out. But then it became a metaphor. Like, oh, we live in the dark anyway. It's just another one of those, well, it's not, I don't know if this is even a loner song as much as it is just a dreary song, which was kind of what we were trying to do with this album, right?
Right. And the whole ad-lib thing, sometimes things can drift off, right?
Gee, you think?
No. So when we were inspired by the power actually going out to do this song, and by the way, a lot of the music in this song is just noise too, that we just thought made sense after 6-7 beers, and for that given moment.
Right.
And but the lyrics kind of start out talking about how the power went out, and then it gets into being a metaphor of like, yeah, we live in the dark anyway. And then and right now it kind of, the lyrics right now are kind of went into like the only like a self, I don't know, enemy thing or something, like the only one that can kill me is me or something. So basically this song goes from the power being out to it being dark to like no life, or I guess a metaphor for that maybe, and, you know. And then I got a burp.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. We're both welcome.
Can I put it?
I don't know. Okay, so the power's out, everything's out, it's pitch black, and then we realize, well, our life is kind of pitch black anyway. And then it gets into this like, you know, the only one that can really take us out is ourself, which isn't true. Someone could shoot us, you know.
Yeah, I don't really know where we were going with that and that point in the lyrics, especially that night, because it's ad-libbed. I don't know. It just floated into that, right?
Yeah. And then, now, we get to this, where the music kind of ends here, and it gets into this, well, some of the music ends, and there's just this whisper part. It's a lot of vocals. And by the way, that's something else we were supposed to mention about this album, is that the vocals actually carry a lot of the album, right?
Well, yeah, we were going to mention that, because as we mentioned earlier, it's a little defreeze-esque, but not completely defreeze, because it's 10 songs instead of 4 long pieces, and there's no, like, wind track going through the whole thing.
Right, and, well, even if it wasn't a wind track, just if we thought of just some other track that would go through float through the entire thing, then maybe we always joke about doing a defreeze too. Maybe, you know, who knows, maybe we could one day, I don't know, but if we did, it would have to be something like that. I mean, it wouldn't have to be a wind track necessarily. Maybe not. But it'd have to be something. There'd have to be like one sound of something that goes through literally the entire album for it to be a defreeze too, right?
Yeah, at least that's our rules. Our healer rules.
Yeah. All right, so now the whisper part here. You know, after being dark, our lives are dark. We start going into like kind of a sentimental, I don't know, thing at the end there. What that means really is that we start worrying about, like, we don't want other people, we don't want to die. Contrary to, you know, how dreary this album is, it's like G-Man always thinks we write dreary music and we want to die and shit all the time or something like that. But really, a lot of this is about the fact that we don't want to die, but it scares us, and not just obviously us. We worry about our loved ones and everybody. You know, we don't want anybody to die, and that sometimes I think that really that's what it is we're trying to pinpoint that whole idea. You know, that's kind of why we're so dark. Is because we worry about that so much. You know, it seems so dark because it is a dark topic, but that doesn't mean it's what we want. It means, you know.
It means it's more about us worrying about that, about our loved ones leaving us, and our own death too. I mean, it's all just a bunch of scary shit, and that's a big part of the healer's outlet, and that's also a big part of why a lot of our shit is dreary, right?
Yeah, it's not that we just wish death. We wish for not death. That's, you know, we did that song called Death Wish on the Live to Tell the Story album, and it was a wish to not have death or something. It wasn't actually a death wish, you know.
It's kind of a, I don't know, a twist or something. There's a better word for that, but yeah.
You're right. So anyway, that was what we heard before was song 5, Dark / In the End. Now we're already a minute and a half into the song 6. And here's another example of us worrying, right?
Yeah.
This is song 6, and this is a song called Hospital. And it's about, okay, really quick here, as quick as I could put it. We wanted to write, well, after we wrote these lyrics, we realized we should have maybe changed the I's to we's, because this applies to everybody. And a lot of, originally, okay, this was about us worrying that we're going to be sitting here one night and something's going to happen that is physically bad, and we're going to need to like call the ambulance on ourselves or something, or else drop dead here. And sometimes we do worry about that, but we thought, you know, later on, I mean, the song was too close to done by the time we thought of the idea of just changing the I's to we's. You know, I don't want to be hauled off on an ambulance. And not that those are the lyrics, but, you know, just for example.
Yeah.
We don't want to be hauled off in a hospital. None of us do. Not just I. And, you know, not to say I or me or whatever the hell.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the At least it's a little bit simpler idea. It's just this whole song is just about worried about having to go to a hospital, and we know people that like do that often. You know, we have some friends. We have a friend that has a Crohn's disease, and we won't mention her name, but
her name's Lori.
Yeah, we'll just say her name's Lori. Sorry, I couldn't have out there.
Get up and out yourself.
Yeah, I was banking one.
Is that the rules now?
I don't know. All right, we need to take a bathroom break, on, so let's let this song go. We got enough time to. We pretty much explained this song. I think it's a pretty basic idea. We don't want to go to the hospital, but we know people that deal with this a lot, and I guess we're pussies about it because we're lucky that we haven't been. At least the one we live in has not. You know, we talked about how that person almost died in the first year or two of life, being really sick after being born. But since then, probably has not stayed even overnight, except for like a couple of surgeries, outpatient surgeries, have not been even overnight, one night in a hospital since then, since age 1 or 2. So I guess we're doing okay, Arizona, right?
Yeah, it's possible we might be able to live on and do more of these dreary, dying-sounding albums.
Yeah, we could, maybe, you know, if we're lucky, we could live a couple more decades doing dying albums. I know it's a sick thing, man, but it's like, you know, sometimes it's like death and all this stuff and losing people. It's so scary. It's like this is kind of our way this is kind of how we fight back, you know, with our songs, and you know, we're so dark because we're kind of fighting back the darkness, you know.
Right, it's like that band Death from not the 80s band Death, but the mid-70s band Death, the punk-ish band. I guess they're kind of punk. And that was their idea. They were actually 3 brothers. They were all siblings, and 3 guys had this band called Death. And one of the brothers had this whole idea that, shit, we already missed our bathroom break, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, well, we gotta go, though.
We'll get to it.
Just let's not blow up.
We'll try not to. Anyway, Death. Talk about Death real quick. The band.
Oh yeah. So they had this. One of the guys had this idea that I think it's kind of a similar idea. I don't know for sure, but that's kind of what it seems like. Our take on it, at least, is that like, and we read this somewhere that their idea was fight death from that end of it. So you go to the other side, which is actually light, or something like that. It's kind of complicated, but kind of makes sense. I don't know.
Right. Okay, song 7, quick, Zon, and then let's go pee.
All right. You do it. I'm tired of doing this voice.
Okay, this is song 7 of the album. I squeaked.
Just go ahead.
Okay. Song 7, this song is called Acceptance. And I guess to an extent, this is a song about, this may be kind of a song about accepting who we live in, Zon? Dare I say that?
Yeah, kind of, it is a song about kind of just being, like, okay, we'll accept, like, we've always wanted to be a dog, but we're never going to be, so we've really been doing this our whole life. It's whole life, whatever.
Yeah.
Just dealing with, you know, no matter how much we may not like it, we'll deal with it, okay? We're not going to slit our wrists right now. We accept who we are, even though as much as we don't like it, you know, we don't like it so much that we're going to try to kill it right away, but, you know, we'll just try to live with it, which we've been doing for a long time already. Something like that.
Yeah. Right. Now, and this is also a song that, well, maybe I shouldn't spoil it right away.
Let's go pee, and we'll talk about it.
All right, good plan.
Be right back after this pee.
Yeah. We both have to go, by the way, because that's the only way it works.
Yeah, we have to live in this one thing, even though there's 2 of us. But we both have to go.
Let's go. And so we're gonna need another beer too.
Alright, who wants to get it?
You get it. Your voice is funnier from far away.
Alright. Finish this one.
Alright, go get it.
Alright, I'm going. Alright. We gotta talk about this now?
Yeah, we haven't finished talking about this one. Alright, sit. Come here.
Alright, I'm coming.
Alright. And we gotta do a hit of that weed too. We packed that a while ago and haven't smoked it yet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what we were gonna get at is this was one of these songs that we tried to make it sound a little uplifting at first. Let's just accept how we are and it's okay. And then it started in the middle of the song getting kind of dreary. So, you know, at first it's like, yeah, we just accept it. But then towards the middle of the song, we start getting a little dreary here. We start admitting more and more how we really, really kind of hate it. We're still accepting it, but it's like we stress more and more how much we really fucking hate it, though. Something like that, right?
Yes. And then we go into this, like, hopefully it was unsuspected, weird part here.
Yeah, we try to throw some surprises in there if we can.
Well, yeah, but they're all accidental anyway. It's all non-linear, right?
Yeah, it really just happens. So, maybe that's better, I don't know.
Who knows?
We'll never know for sure.
Nope. We'll only know once, so. Get one song done, we'll know that song.
Yeah. Oh, cracking of the beer. Oh, shit, we didn't get the count. I'll go do it.
Alright.
Probably gonna hear that pop right there because the furnace kicked on.
Oh, well.
Okay, I'm gonna go count the empty cans, alright?
Alright.
Okay, son. Here's the deal.
I'm guessing 4.
Well, yes and no. There's 3 in the sink.
Okay.
But there's another empty next to us.
Where? Oh, shit, yeah. We just finished that one. Wait a minute. This. Oh, okay. Alright, so we got. Come here, damn it.
Alright, coming. I'm here now. How'd we do that? Ooh.
Okay, so yeah.
So, alright, so there's 3 in the sink, but there's this one. So we got 4 in us, and we're on to 5. So there's that. That was the beer count.
Alright. Alright, now. Ready?
Yes.
Alright, this is now a song called not a song called Song 8, but a song called Song 8. And it's called I Want to Be a Dog. And what it's about is the fact that, well, we want to be, well, I don't know. I don't know if Jamie and I want to be dogs, but the one we live in wants to be a dog, apparently.
Right. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, if the one we live in was a dog, would there be a Jamie and Zahn then? Would there be a
Get up now.
Damn it. Would there be a canine Jamie and Zahn, or I don't know, how's that work?
I don't know.
Let's do this hit, man.
Alright.
You know, we were gonna try to drink off this cold or whatever it is, but right, I don't know about you, Sam, but right now I feel like I'm kind of buzzed from beer and a little weed, and I have a cold.
Yeah, I feel all of it.
Yeah, it's like it didn't. Go ahead.
Get up now.
Thanks. It didn't really numb the cold, but it just gave us a buzz on top of the cold. It's kind of like this on the tonight. Damn it! Get up and at me again. Shit, I said it.
It's okay, I'll say it too. Get up now.
Jeez. I think I'm getting more knick-knacks than you are tonight, man.
I don't know, it might be even.
I don't know. I think. Have you had any? Maybe. Yeah, I think you had a couple, but. Anyway. Okay, so. God. I forgot what the hell I was talking about anyway. Let's drink more beer and see if we can remember. Drunken recall, right?
Yeah, there you go.
In the middle of a commentary, man. You think we could, like, focus on that at least?
Yeah, well. Oh, well. What's gonna happen if we don't?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's see if there's any bit Betty Beaky Bucka time.
Any bucka? What are you talking about?
If there's any more Bucka in that one hitter.
Oh, yeah, let's smoke a little more bucka.
Is that a new word?
Well, I don't know. You came up with it.
Accidentally.
That's how things do happen.
That's true. Alright, so I guess there's really not a whole lot to say about this song except for it's called I Want to Be a Dog, and that's what it's about. Right?
Yeah, well, like you said, if the one we live in was a dog, who knows, but this is all we know.
Right. We got a burp sound.
Alright.
Thanks.
Got it.
Alright, let's do this again. That one has a little, like, beat in it. And we had this debate, we've had this debate a bunch of times about whether or not ambient music should have a beat in it. And we kind of think it shouldn't. But we've heard, like, certain things that sound really cool, like ambient, but then there's, like a percussion thing in it, and we're like, I don't know. We just kind of like to float with ambience, you know?
Yeah, bird calls and waterfalls, that's how we... And so, like, we always wanted to do an ambient record, too. And even though Deep Freeze was... Yeah, had a crumb of that maybe, and maybe the speciaL darK does too, and maybe a couple of other albums had some elements of it. I still don't know that we've done a full-on ambient album yet, right?
Right, and because of the percussion.
Yeah, that one thing, yeah. Because we did throw in Deep Freeze 2, it had it, and this one has it, and we did throw in like a kind of couple of, I don't know, beats, so maybe it's not ambient yet or something like that.
Something like that idea.
Yeah.
Okay, song 9, man.
Alright, song 9. Sorry.
I'm sorry too, but neither of us should have been.
You're right. We're both right. And we're both wrong.
Yes. Yes, we are. Alright, song 9.
Okay. Song 9. This is called G's Riff. And in parentheses, or maybe a slash, whatever, Loner Rock 2. Let's just call it G's Riff / Loner Rock 2. Okay, now, first of all, this album was first influenced by our mom, known as G-Man. You know the story on that.
Do they know the story?
Years ago, my brother was drinking a whole lot. He's sober now. Our brother.
Yes, our brother.
Was a big drinker a few years ago. And he had a phone, and he went to enter our mom's phone number in there, and he meant to write G-Ma, like grandma. And I won't mention her name, but her name's Jerry, so Jerry with a G. So it was either grandma or G-Ma. And he accidentally added an N to the end of Ma, M-A, so it became man. So it became a funny thing over these last few years, even though it was not really funny because, you know, he drank way too much then, but... Like I said, he's sober now, thank goodness. And, so it became G-Man, and it's just a joke. Alright, so this is called G's Riff, and so, our mom, G, was over here, last summer one time, and something came out of her mouth. She's one of these people that always goes around, like, just making noises, you know. You do it.
Mom's always going around like shit like that. And one night, we both swear that she this like riff came out of her, and she was like it was more like probably that's probably more how she would have done it. Yeah, you know, kind of like under.
Right. And we noticed that, so right away we hit a quick time. We did it in Jamie's voice, and we just got that down, and we got that down to keyboard real quick. So that's what started the riff of this song. And the lyrics of the song were just actually about like how like these people like to poke fun at the stereotypical male and female shit, like, oh, you know, guys got to be reminded of everything, and girls have to remind the guys that they're so stupid. And
yeah, and it's like we live in one person that does everything, so that's kind of the bottom line to that. So every time we see something like that, like on Facebook or something, we're like, oh yeah, you know, like we saw this one where it was like this guy, you know, was like, oh, telling the girlfriend, whatever, you know, stop treating me like a baby, or, you know, I'm a grown man or something. And then right after that, he's like asking her, oh, where's my keys, and you know, and what did I do with this, and blah blah, like he can't do shit on his own or something. I don't know. Is it just us being pissed about the girls at the males, or?
Well, I think it's either way. It's not like girls can't do everything either. So the whole point of that song was, whether you're a guy or a girl or a trans, either way, whatever it is you are, you're still a human, and you're one person, and if you have to get by on your own, you can. And I guess that's another loner song then too, right?
Yeah. It is a loner song, but it's also kind of talking about the idea that, you know, all this male-female stereotype shit is just stereotype shit. Right? You know, a guy and girls work, a girl could do girl and guys work. No, okay, there's physical exceptions to that. Okay, guys can't have periods, or guys can't have kids and shit, and girls can't have dicks. I don't know. There are some differences, but I guess we're just with that one poking fun at the stereotype shit, but it's a loner song too. Kind of just saying that, hey, you can, no matter who you are, you can do this yourself. Something like that. So a lot of loner songs on this album, right, Don?
Yeah. Okay, and also there was a at the end of song 9, and we got to get to song 10 here real quick. But at the end of song 9, there, G's Rip, Loner Rock 2. By the way, Loner Rock 2, Loner Rock is the second song on our last album, Tempo of the Night. And we didn't really know what to call that song. Sometimes we have a title, like we're talking about how we have the titles of the albums before we write the album, and sometimes we have titles of songs before we write the song. But every once in a while, we write a song before we have the title, and towards the end, we just don't know what to call it, so it ends up being something, right?
Yeah, so it was G's Riff, because G-Man, our mom's riff, and also it was Loner Rock 2, because it's another loner song, right?
Yeah. Did we talk about the lyrics of that at all?
I think we did, but if not, it's too late anyway.
Okay.
Oh, the frumpy thing though.
Oh yeah. Song 9 had a bit at the end there. It was supposed to sound like a Frumpy chorus. The band Frumpy, Inga Rump is the singer of Frumpy, which most people have not heard of Frumpy. From the early 70s. Inga Rump is still around, but the band Frumpy is from the early 70s, early to mid 70s, and most people even back in the early to mid 70s, if they were in the United States, they probably never heard of Frumpy either, because they were in Germany, apparently never got hardly any U.S. exposure at all. We discovered them accidentally on YouTube. One of those things that just kept coming up.
Yeah, and I was surprised it even came up if it was so obscure in the first place. Why would YouTube even have it on, like, suggested things, you know?
Yeah, right. But well, maybe it was destiny. You know, sometimes we believe in destiny and sometimes we don't, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, that was one time where it was destiny. So, a little frumpy Inca sounding chorus. It was our attempt to sound a little bit like Inca Rump anyway. At the end of that song, a little, there was some yes! And I guess that's more Jamie trying to sound like Inga than it would be Zahn trying to sound like Inga, right?
Yeah, I don't think it would work any other way than that.
Right. Okay, so we gotta go to song 10, man. Alright, so song 10 is, again, a loner song. It's called Midnight/Celebration. And basically it's just about how we celebrate at midnight. Or it's about how we celebrate every night, but usually there's a lot of nights where it doesn't get rolling till around midnight, especially during the weeknights where we have to work in the morning. Thank goodness it's not one of those right now.
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty much what that song's about, just how we celebrate right now, just like we're doing the commentary right now. That's what this is about, what this song's about, really, in the first place.
Yeah. And talk about this song.
All right, here's a second attempt. I don't know. Right now I'm listening to it. It sounds kind of weird to me.
Yeah, it goes back and forth. I don't know if it works or not, but this ending part, the vocal there, I don't know, kind of female vocal sounding thing here. Maybe not female sounding, I don't know. But that was supposed to sound like Inga as well. And like song 9 had that little chorus thing at the end, but now song 10 has an ending vocal that is lyrics too. And it's supposed to sound like, it's our attempt to try to sound like Inga Rump from Frumpy, singing lyrics, right?
Right. And we kind of don't know. Sometimes we listen to it and it sounds like, yeah. And not to mention, we're trying to do some keyboard parts here. I mean, as we mentioned, all the music of this entire album, except for the vocals, is all done on a Casio, what is it? A CTK 451 Casio from 1999 that we bought at Best Buy in 1999 for $99.99 before tax, and it's got 99 sounds on it. Actually, it's 100, but the 100th one is percussion, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so anyway, yeah, that last song was supposed, we try to make it sound like early set, like keep a kind of, I don't know, B3 organ, or I don't know, whatever the hell it was, moved synthesizer. I don't know my shit like that, All I know is what this thing made this noise,
Yeah, we don't know what the technical shit. We're very dumb in a lot of ways, and that's one of them. The only thing we do, we said before, we just make noise. Like somebody asks us, we play something, and somebody asks us, oh, what key is that in? We don't know. It's we just show them like, oh, it's this one. We're pressing on this button, or we're pressing on this string. That's the key we're playing, and we don't know what note that is.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, son. Well, we were a little worried about being able to get through this, but I think we got through it. Wasn't too shabby. That was the whole album. 10 tracks. And it will be our second release of this year. It took us about a year and a half to do 2 albums, but let's see. We started working on Tempo. God, when was it on?
Jeez. It had to be right after. It had to be like the last few days of 2018, right?
Yeah. Well, no. No, it was after we got done with Chemistry and Circumstance. In like summer 2018, we started working on Temple not long after that.
Oh, that's right. Temple took about 11 months, right?
Yeah, I think it was 11 months. I remember the number 11. It was 11 months. And then we put that out we put Chemistry out last summer, and then we put Tempo out this summer. No, we put Chemistry out July 2018, and we put Tempo Tonight out June 2019, this year. So yeah, 11 months, man.
Yeah, that sounds right. But then we kind of accidentally did this. This was in a way kind of an album that we did in the midst of taking a break on doing albums. Yeah,
it really was. And even though it still ended up being more work, it was easier because there was no guitars, no bass, no drums, all on the keyboards. So we just stuck to that one instrument, and a lot of it was just kind of less physical, and it was kind of lazier. And that was the idea of it in the first place, was just for us to be lazier on this whole thing. And well, like you said, we just had all this noise, and then we decided, well, fuck, that one night we sat down and listened to it, that's the night we must have decided, well, let's start working on this and make an album out of it. And yeah, we're going to have to structure it more, but at the same time, we, kind of just decided, let's just do another thing. where it's just keys. And like you said, it was in a way kind of Deep Freeze-esque, but it was a way for us to just be kind of lazier, but still do an album, I guess, right?
Yeah, like you said, it was a way for us to do an album in the midst of taking a break on doing albums. But,
Yeah.
we try to kick the shit out as much as we can. Because we the thing is, we always feel like, what if we don't finish this album? What if it never sees the light of day? Or what if we drop dead before we get it done? I guess if that happens, we won't care. But
yeah, who knows where we're going after death, man? I don't know. That's a whole nother debate topic.
Yeah, right. If we die, hopefully we can still do Healers some other way, right?
Yeah, that's all we're going for. Right. So really, and that's a good that you brought that up. 'Cause it's like, that's the whole point, man. All this shit is so dark sounding, but it's the hopes for us to live on and do more, and for everyone else to live on. That's why it's so dark sounding. That probably doesn't make sense, but it does to us. It's kind of why we do it. We feel a lot of darkness. We take that energy and put it into audio, try to make songs out of it. But it's our way of living on, man. It's really life, speciaL dark is really special light, sunlight or something in a way,
Right, exactly. It, for the most part, is. Yeah.
Okay, so let's finish this beer, and we got into commentary pretty soon. We got like less than 8 minutes because otherwise we'll be at a full 80, and we can't go beyond that on a CD, man.
Yeah, well, we can. We can go beyond it, except we can't burn a CD of it.
Right. So we better just end it pretty soon, man.
All right. I think we pretty much covered it.
I think we did okay. I mean, it seems like we got through it okay. We'll listen back to it and all that. And, how many of these things we've done and we thought we'd never get through them, but we did. We've gotten through every one of them, man. I don't think there's ever been like one night where we started and just stopped after a couple of minutes and didn't do it at all. I mean, dude.
I don't think so. Maybe one time, but I don't really think that ever happened. No. If anything, maybe it happened one time and we forgot something. But for the most part, no. I don't think that's ever happened.
Okay. Yeah, me either. All right, man. Let's sip a beer and outros. I think we're done here.
All right. Starting to get that drunk voice.
Well, I am getting a little drunk, and don't forget we got a cold. And you know what happens sometimes when we get a cold, son? The Jamie voice gets weirder. It could be the week to do vocals, except right now we're not working on a new song with lyrics or anything.
Well, I guess we might as well announce it. Besides, by the time this is out, that'll be out too anyway, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
So, along with the release of this album, speciaL dark, 10 new songs, we're also gonna do at least one Christmas cover. We're gonna try for 2, but at least one because we got the one damn near all the way done already, and we did a cover of The Grinch. And You're Me One, Mr. Grinch, and we did a cover of that back in 2001. It was actually our first album we ever did on the Tascam. It was first time we ever did was basically a Christmas album. We had Christmas songs and had like 1 or 2 originals on it, and then we did one cover. We did a Curtis Mayfield cover of "If There's Hell Below, We're All Gonna Go." For some reason, we just wanted to put that on that album. So that's what we did that year,
Yeah, that was our first album. And there's Cargo down the street, 143. Oh, let me announce it.
Yeah, as long as we're on it.
Okay, it is. You know what? Never mind. Finish what we were saying, and then we're gonna announce it. We gotta close.
Oh yeah, you're right. What were we talking about though?
The Christmas songs.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're doing The Grinch. That'll be out probably by the time this is out. That'll be out too, around the same time anyway. We did the cover in 01, but then we realized that the way that we learned it back then, it's actually 3 songs. It's parts. It's 3 parts of those 3 songs. It starts out as The Grinch, and then in the middle it's Welcome Christmas. And then at the end, it's Trim Up the Tree. So it's now called You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch / Welcome Christmas / Trim Up the Tree.
Well, we may actually trim the title down for the final YouTube video, but yeah, it's 3 songs that's coming out, and we may do another song. We were thinking about doing Frosty. We did the Grinch because that was one of 2 bass lines of those like Christmas songs or holiday songs, whatever, back then that we did, and we've lost so much memory. We forgot so many things, but those are like the 2 that we might actually remember. And one was the Grinch, and the other one is Frosty the Snowman. So we may, just for the hell of it, try to cover Frosty the Snowman and see if we can get that out this year, right? Just
because what the hell? Yeah, because we kind of already know the bass line, and if we're going to do one more Christmas song, that'd be an easy one to go back to, just because we could. And also, though, these are ones that we haven't covered on the 2010, because we did a 2010 Christmas album, too. And on that, we kind of revamped some of those ones that we did from 2001, and we did a couple other ones that we never done until actually a couple of them from, we did like one in 2008 and one in 2009. We included those two or three of them. We put those on the 2010 album, but in 2010 we really worked on that for like 4 months or 4 or 5 months maybe, and we did a few new Christmas covers, Christmas song covers, holiday song covers, shit like that, and put out a longer album. And by then we had digital recording. So, but there were a couple of the songs on that first Christmas / holiday / whatever cassette Tascam album we did in 2001, our first album. A couple on there that we had never redone since then, and we didn't do them on the 2010 one either. And one of them was the Grinch, so that one's coming out. And maybe Frosty, we'll see how it goes. But at least the Grinch, maybe Frosty too. Maybe we do something else. But Frosty was another one from the 21 album that we did then. We haven't redone since then. So if we do anything, it's probably going to be Frosty the Snowman, right?
Yes. And that should explain it, son. We got to go, man.
All right. So that has been our commentary on our new album. Second album of the year, probably might be the first and last ever time we get 2 albums out in 1 year.
Well, we did Defreeze. We released Defreeze in April 2014, and we released The Fourth Christmas in December 2014. But The Fourth Christmas was an EP, basically. So that was like an album and a half in 1 year. And so this is like actually 2 full albums in a year and a half. So I guess that's about the same thing, right?
Yeah, that's probably the same balance. I'm not good at math, but it sounds right.
Yeah. Okay, man. We got 1 minute. We gotta go.
All right. That was it. Hopefully we babbled enough, and we babbled too much, and that's why we gotta go, because we've gone too long.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I am Jamie Robin Richardson, and who are you?
I am Zion Martin Richardson, and who are we here with?
We are here with Beans Love Richardson, our canine companion hero, and we are healers, and that's the bullshit session we have done for our latest album. And just because we like to do things like that, so we did this. There you have it. It's Sunday, November 24th, 2019. It is 1:48 and 38 seconds a.m. Say goodnight, son.
Good night, son. Say good night, Jamie.
Good night, Jamie.